Today I got two words that will fill your heart with joy and love. Snickers Cheesecake. Super easy to make, a whole lot of delicious, and not on anybody's real diet list, but it's gonna taste as awesome as sin. So, to get us going, first things first, I'm gonna preheat my oven 350 degrees Fahrenheit or about 160 degrees Celsius. Get that off and going. Now, here's the thing about cheesecake that makes me nuts, especially baked cheesecakes. My biggest pet peeve is baking a gorgeous cheesecake in the oven, and when it comes out, the top of it is like cracked and broken and wrinkled. It looks like a zombie's ass. So, a quick way for you to prevent this and for it not to happen, so when you take your cheesecake out, it is perfect. I'll show you very simply. You're going to take any kind of pan. You're going to fill it with a couple of cups of water, just like that. Now, here's the thing. You're going to open up your oven and you're going to pop it on the bottom of your oven, just like that. And let that go. What's going to happen now? The steam is going to build up, the humidity will build up inside your oven. So by the time we put our cheesecake into bake, it's going to be a nice, warm, humid environment, and it is going to be perfect when your cake comes out. So that's done. First part of business, the crust. Get a little bowl here, just like that. Because I'm making a Snickers cheesecake, I want to amp up the decadence factor. So what am I going to do? I'm going to put 2 cups of the Oreo crumbs in a bowl, just like that. And along with 1/3 cup melted butter. Boom. Nothing to this. Very simply, with a fork, slowly bring it around. You're going to incorporate the melted butter with the Oreo crumbs, and it's going to give you the consistency or the texture of almost wet sand. All right, so now that our crust is ready, I'm going to take my average 9-inch springform pan, and I'm just going to dump all this goodness in the bottom, just like that. The next thing I'm going to do is grab something flat with a flat bottom on it, and what I'm going to do is just slowly start pressing in my chocolate crust on the bottom and compacting it all down. So that's perfect, just like that. So you have a nice little chocolate base. What do we do now? Forget about it. The next thing on our agenda is the cream cheese. You cannot make a cheesecake without cream cheese. And for this, I am using 3 250-gram packs of cream cheese. Now, the thing with this, and it'll make your life easier as well when you're making this, make sure that your cream cheese is at room temperature at the very least. Don't pull it out of the fridge and expect to kind of work with it. You are in for like a rude awakening. This needs to be soft so that way our mixer can kind of do its thing as well. So I'm just going to go throw in my cream cheeses in the mixer. And we got to whip those up until they're just fluffy. All right, now that our cream cheese is kind of mixing up and softened and a really creamy consistency, time to add our 1.5 cups of sugar into this. That'll go in there, and just start mixing that up again till it all becomes nice and creamy. All right, that's perfect there for now. The next part of this is our eggs. And for this, I am using 6 eggs. Remember our sugar bowl? Tell you what, I'm not a pro at cracking eggs, but if you want to avoid getting shells in your batter, use it in a bowl and just crack your eggs somewhere else, and that way you can inspect and control what exactly goes into your batter. So there's my last egg cracked. Get this out of the way, and just like that, boom, 6 eggs go in there. Slowly get this working up. You don't want to have like scrambled egg all over the place. Not a fun thing. Also, at this stage of the game, you may want to grab a spatula or some kind of a bowl scraper and give your bowl a real quick cleaning on the side. You have a lot of situations where your cream cheese will stick to the side of your mixing bowl and it'll just become all kind of gross and not fun. And your batter, frankly, will not come out to the consistency you want because you'll have part of your ingredients that weren't added in there. So that's a no-no. Let's lock this puppy up and give this another whip here for a couple of more minutes before we continue on. Alrighty, now the last part of this is 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. Very important. It's what's going to give you that dense New York style cheesecake consistency. That's what we want. So we're going to throw those 2 tablespoons in there. Perfect. 2 teaspoons of really good quality vanilla extract. I know I sound like all Ina Garten and stuff, but it's true. Lastly to this, I'm going to add 2 cups of sour cream. So 2 cups of my sour cream are going to go in there, and that again is another very distinct New York flavor, or in the cheesecake, it's that tanginess that it gives you. It's actually fantastic. So that's going to go in there just like that. Throw this aside. And I'm ready for my final mix. This now will mix for about 3 minutes and it'll be ready to go. Now remember the Snickers part of our cake? Well, there's no time like the present. This is what I use, and there's really nothing better. I use a total of 6 Snicker bars. 3 that go into the cheesecake itself, and 3 that will get crumbled on the top as garnish. And what you're going to do is very simple. You're just going to cut these, rocking your knife up and down, breaking them in half, and again, breaking them up into small pieces. Be very careful when you do this because they will firm up on you, and you don't want your knife at any point skipping. If that does, you're going to be in like really big trouble. So you got little chunks like this happening, and don't worry about the size so much because as the cake, our cheesecake, bakes off, what's going to wind up happening is this will all melt inside and give you this like perfect gooey consistency. It is going to be something like remarkable. All right, perfect. So I'm just going to take my crumbled up Snickers bar. I'm just going to take it. I'm going to throw it in my bowl here and just mix this now at low speed, not high. You don't want to just kind of obliterate everything, but just put it down and mix it at low speed just to incorporate the Snickers into our cheesecake. Let's bring back our pan to the equation. This is pretty much ready to go. Time to get kind of things happening here. And what I'm going to do is real quick, just take this off, nothing to this. And I'm going to slowly pour my cake mixture in here. Oh, yeah, baby. Now, this is going to be something. I promise you that. And now, this will go into our 350 degree oven. Here's the trick. You're going to put this in for 1 hour. And then at the end of 1 hour, you're going to turn off your oven without opening the door. Don't open the door. And let it just sit in there for another half hour. And this will be better than like bakeries that you go to or any other places like cafes, and you're going to spend like, 8, 10, 12 bucks for a piece. Insane. This is going to be better than that. So I'll see you back here in about an hour and a half or so. Okay, so now my cheesecake is done. It's out of the oven and had a chance to cool for a bit. And this is like my favorite part, is actually now decorating it or topping it. And again, going with the Snickers theme here, we use 3 Snickers inside for the filling or the cream part. Now we're going to use another 3 bars outside for the topping. So now I'm just going to cut these into small pieces, just like that. Nothing complicated. You can use any size you want of pieces. Now, we have these. I'm going to divide these up in half and more or less. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to double chop the 1/2 so it gets smaller pieces. So that way we have a little bit of variety on top of our cake. This is for ornament and for just to kind of let us know what kind of cheesecake it is. And you know what? It's going to look better in terms of the presentation as well. So now I have my 2 piles of Snickers here. I'm going to put them on my cake. How do I stick them on there? I'll show you. A little chocolate sauce. And for this, all you're going to do is just take it and really quick, just go like this. Nothing complicated at all. And do another cross kind of thing here, just like that. Perfect. How easy is that? So now I'm going to take my Snickers and I'm just going to pour or place them on top, just like that, all around my cake. I'm no baker, people. So if I can do this, you can do this too. And just pour this just like that. Spread them out. Boom, boom, boom. Oop, that got away from me. Perfect. And then I'm going to take this and put this on as well. Just like that. Look how cool this looks. From your average Joe Blow guy. I love it. I love it. And if I can make stuff like this, so can you. Take this, put this here, and boom. Done. Let's sandwich the effect now. And we're going to take a little bit of our icing and just go all around of our chocolate syrup and just go round and round and round and round and round. Boom. Bobby's your uncle. So now that my cheesecake is ready, sadly for you, you don't get to see me cut it right now and, go all crazy and start throwing shit around in here. No. I have to take this to my dear friend Mando and Chris's house today for Christmas. It's Christmas Day today. So I just wanted to give you an idea, but I will show you what it looks like after the fact. So that's it for this episode on my New York style Snickers cheesecake. Hope you guys enjoy this. If you like this, smash that like button and subscribe. Check me out online as well at kensgreektable.com. And as always, I thank you so much for your time, and I will see you on the next one. Bye for now.